just before bed, in the dark. Listen, in French, the word for water is eau. The water is a conductor of power. Is it or is it not? If you have electricity and put it in the water, will all the water be electric? Is our planet full of water? Do we need water for air to make air that we breathe? They call it in French eau. So the letter O can be a channel of water, lakes and rivers, different kinds of ways to get water or waterways. And moving water can make things, elements move, conducting and making. How can you say it? When you make something move, a wheel move, you can make something spin like a washer and a dryer, like a windmill. You can make the water move, spinning underneath or track what do you call it? What do you, not a bearing, but on a bearing, you'd have it on a bearing so you wouldn't warp out the shaft. And you'd have pallets. When the water hits the pallets, on the bottom, you can have a strap turning the fan at the top. And all of a sudden, you can have wind. You can also create, if you have the right elements, you can create energy, light. Just thinking about the rivers. And the word "eau," anything in French or in English that has the word "eau" in it. Or how about um, "oh"? I'm just trying to think any name with an "o" in it. An "o" is a passage. I'm just trying to put things together. Anyways, I'm going to bed right now, and have a good night. And I know no one's watching this video, and I'm just trying to think what I went through today. And the just another thing that came to my mind. I was looking at the clock and it said a quarter to. So a quarter to is actually 45 minutes after the hour. So that would be the sun. The word quarter represents the earth. So a quarter after would be 15, and that would be Mars. So a quarter to and a quarter after would be the sun and Mars. 20 after, okay, 20 for location, or 22 would be 40, which is blue, and 20 after, well, would be just on the 20, would be exactly what it is, and that would be 1/3. So 1/3 is the in-between number to get in between the quarter, the half, the 3/4, and the full cycle. This is like in between, it's halfway in between one side and the other side, the third. 25 after would actually be 25 minutes. When you get 30 after, you go half past, or 30 minutes to. 30 minutes to the 60. So 3 and 6 is actually the divider of the line, and is created by a multiple of 6 by 6, 9 by 4, and 8 by 4.5, representing the heavens of the sun. 9 by 4, representing part of time, a part of Jesus, the birth, location, and all these come into fact because of what happens in French when number 9 or 90 is 94 is representation of a 10 and 4 times 20, 90, which means 4 times 20 and 10. So this is starting to get interesting for myself. What do numbers say? English and French. It's very important to mix up at least two languages for a balance of something. At least that's what I found out. And so I'm just trying to think. So 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. How do we get 30, 30 and 60? 30 and 60 is your 90, is your birth. The number 36, what if it was 36 minutes after the hour? It'd be 24 minutes to the next hour, which would make up the total amount in the hour. But the actual time period in the hour is actually 28 minutes and 28 minutes, leaving out the first minute after the clock strikes the next full hour, and leaving out the last minute before it reaches the 30-minute mark. And that is for time, area, space, a minute before, a minute after on each side, leaving only 56 minutes in an hour. because you want the opening space 1 minute on each side for the entry and the exit. So I wish I was showing you some light and showing you this on paper. Hopefully I can remember in the morning. It's just something that came to my mind. So let's use it in the 5 minutes. 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after the hour is 10, and that would be the football. That would be the football. And I say football because it's a 10 yards. So instead of the 10 yards, we're going to use 5 minutes before 5 yards and 5 minutes after the 5 yards. And that would be your 10-minute gap between striking the next hour or at the 30-minute mark, which would be 25 after and 25 to. But on the number 25 to the next hour would be on number 35, and 25 after would be on number 25. And that's a representation of the energy of the Earth Moon. And why is that? Because 25 represents Earth. It also represents the queue and the gateway to the gateway to the heavens. And why I say that is because it creates number 17 by multiplying 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. If you go, that'll be 10 and 7. If you minus the 10 from the 7, it's number 3, and that's creation, and that's the minimum you can get, where 1 passes between 2, like a river that passes between two sides that are holding that river flow. The minus is that your creation. You add 10 and 7 becomes 17. But when you have a 0, you automatically get 6 for 23. And it's because what is passing between that 0 could be electric or the water, and it has to have a value, and that value is 6, 5, and 1. It has to pass from somewhere. How do I explain it? And 5 and 1 is Mars. Imagine you have the water, and then you have the fish in the water. So the fish are taking up. I mean, if it was full of fish, it would raise the water, right? You put water, and if you put your hand in a bowl, the water rises. So that's your 5 and 1. So that's your 6. 3 and 3, 4 and 2. When it's 4 and 2, it's electricity. When it's 5 and 1, I'm not really sure what 5 and 1 besides Mars, but it's an energy or a spirit of passing through. It's a dividing spirit. 4 and 2, 9 lives of the cat. There's a negative and a positive energy, or a black energy that goes through it, AC and DC, whatever that means. So the 35, 3 and 7 and 5 and 5, the 57, 75 is what creates the word moon, and that's your G5. And 35 would be Herbie the car, the Volkswagen to life. And anyways, we're going to end this video right now. I said a whole lot of things because there's a whole lot of things that connect. And if we can get the scientists to come together and be able to work this out, I mean, it's all confirmed. I mean, when the water passes between two sides and it flows, we call it a river. So everything, the two sides of the river have to have a value. You're on one side, I'm on the other side. If we take a plank of wood, we can cross over the river. If we put something in the river will flow in the opposite direction. So there's a whole lot of obligations and a whole lot of what you call realities. And the water is usually wet. And how come the cat can stay out in the water and not feel wet and just stay out in the rain like it's not even raining at all? There's a whole lot of things going on. Raphael 7286, in bed, in the dark, going to sleep. Thank you for watching this video. All right, anybody say anything? Hi there. Hi. Much love. Thank you very, very much. I always like to see it. I always feel connected. And you can write me if you want. I like to chat. It's nice to sort of use my brain and see what I can come up with, especially when I'm in that realm. I got to be up at 4 a.m. in the morning, or that's the time I'm going to wake up. You got the squirrel, the chipmunk, the butterfly, something about blue that I really, really like. And I like that star, the way it goes on that angle. Inside both worlds, we need that angle. What is above is below, and it means from the entry point, we need that angle. And in French, they call it accent aigu and aigrave. And there was another thing that I was thinking today is surrounding Earth, okay, only because of how time works and how we get the, I'm not sure how it works anywhere else, but here in Canada, where I am, 4:30, quarter to 5, it's already dark, and 7 o'clock, it's just getting light, or 6:45, it's just getting light, so we're having less light right now, which tells me there's something spinning around the globe of the Earth, changing the time periods that we're running in, if you can follow what I'm actually saying. And it seems like what they would call the torus, where time goes forward and time goes backwards at the same time, at different parts of the year, almost um, like it's just very hard to explain. It's like we're rising and lowering and something spinning around us. And but there's a question of the constellations I'd have to study. There's just a lot of things. I can name all these things, but I'd need a scientist to tell me the true science of it. Post your Discord info so we can chat. Okay, I'm not on the computer right now. I'm on my phone, but I will do it, and we can chat there tomorrow. I'll be home. I don't even know what day is tomorrow. It's Friday, right? Yeah, tomorrow. What time tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. I don't know, 6 o'clock maybe. I should be home at 6 p.m. Here in Canada. There's also some kind of chat on what is it on my email, but I rather go to Discord because Outlook. I don't know who in your box sometime when I get home at about 5:30, and I'll be on it about between 6 and I guess 6 o'clock. Peace and love. What part of the world are you from? I'll look for your stuff. Very cool. I do my best. I do my best. I just let it flow. Good night. KY. Oh, that's a funny word, eh? KY. KY. Oh, Kentucky, right? Is that what it is? Oh my God. I was out there so often. Oh my God. Yes. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Let's not get into it right now. Nighty night. Peace. I got two fingers up. Two fingers up. Okay, bye. And now it's starting to tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, which day. Nighty night. Oh, I see a flashlight. What was that? What was that? There's just a white light. It seems like you sent me a white light. Night.